The Detroit Lions have not been much into smack talk over the past few years. Our team has never really been like that. And of course, being on the bottom of the NFC North is hard to smack talk anyone when you're last. But all of that changed last year when we eliminated the Green Bay Packers from the playoffs after being eliminated ourselves just a few hours earlier. Kirby Joseph intercepting Aaron Rodgers' last pass as a Green Bay Packer and sending him out of the NFC entirely. And now, from our abysmal defense and even worse secondary, all that changed this year with the addition of Cam Sutton, CJ Gardner-Johnson, Brian Branch, a healthy Tracy Walker, and a second-year Kirby Joseph. We might have one of the best secondaries in the NFL. And Brian Branch is not even going to start. That's how crazy our secondary has become. But what I like about this year's class of free agents and the team that this Detroit Lions team is going to bring a different type of swag heading into 2023. And I think it all starts with CJ Gardner-Johnson. Now, we know coming from New Orleans where he was drafted, he spent 1 year in Philly, ran into a little bit of a snag as they wind up paying everyone else but him. I'm not sure exactly what happened with the Philadelphia situation, but the Detroit Lions came in and scooped him up. I remember Brad Holmes talking about how excited he was. He was so excited when they signed him that he woke his son out of his sleep just by yelling downstairs. That's how excited he was to have CJ GJ. And now he's going to bring, along with that overhauled secondary, a level of confidence that we haven't seen in a long time. Last year, Jeff Okudah, Amani, it was horrible back there. I mean, what's the guy's name? A.J. Parker. Just a terrible, terrible secondary. The lone bright spot, in my opinion, after Tracy Walker went down was Jerry Jacobs. But I want y'all to see something. I saw this the other day, and I said I need to bookmark this so I can come back and make a video about this topic because it is hilarious to me. And I think it's going to tell us a lot about what we see from our secondary and our defense as a whole this season. Now, this comes from MK Sports Talk, and this is from a couple days ago. CJ GJ is very active on Twitter, very involved. He might even be too involved when it comes to Twitter. But I guess after some dialogue, and this isn't the first time you've heard this from Philadelphia Eagle fans and analysts, says this guy was beloved in Philly. Now he's nothing but a constant clown that has Eagle envy. Took less money to be with a lesser team. Grass isn't always greener, pun intended. And that would be greener as in the Philadelphia Eagles, green being their color, blah, blah, blah. Now, I think it's funny when they refer to us as a lesser team. The Eagles went to the Super Bowl, but the bravado, man, of some of these fan bases are ridiculous. But I want y'all to see CJ GJ's response. He said, I got time today. FTFU. I'm not going to tell you what that means. You're going to have to go look it up. He says, I'm still beloved by the real ones, my G. Love was never lost. Here's my favorite part of this quote. And grass is definitely greener, my G. My family straight. Referring to the fact that he's on the Detroit Lions and we going to be all right. And I love that. I love that. The camaraderie that he's already built, the confidence that he is going to bring in that secondary. And I think we all feel it as fans as well, that our team is different. I was watching some of my old videos from a separate channel, and I was brought back to how miserable this fan base was. The end of the Matt Patricia era. That whole time, I got to the point that I was done. I cut the 2020 season off. That seems like light years ago. I did not watch Matthew Stafford's last game as a Detroit Lion. I've never watched it because I was done, checked out of the season, miserable. But something changed. Sheila Hamp took over. Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell came in. Year one was tough, but we could see the change. Year two started off rough, but our team never lost faith. And now, year three, Brad Holmes, the plan is working. Overhauled the worst part of the team. Get Jahmyr Gibbs, Jack Campbell to help out that defense in the second line of defense. This team is way ahead of the 2021 team, light years ahead of 2020, and it's a different vibe in the city than it was just 3 short years ago. What a difference a couple years can make. Just think about this. When COVID hit, Matt Patricia was getting fired that same year. And I think, from a fan, that had to be one of the lowest moments. That 2019, 2020, when we went, 3-12-1. Matthew Stafford broke back. The next year, when we knew Sheila Hemp came out with that open letter to fans that I openly ridiculed because I didn't believe her. And then she fired Matt Patricia before the year was over. Hadn't happened since Steve Mariucci got fired back in the mid-2000s. So CJ Gardner-Johnson says, grass is definitely greener, my G. My family straight. And if he's saying, not, and I like, the dude said, ego envy. Ain't nobody, anyway. Only thing good to come out of Philadelphia was Rocky Balboa. That's really it. So anyway, don't forget, you took the Philly special from us. So let me know what you think in the comments below. CJ Gardner-Johnson, do you like the trash talk? Do you like the bravado? Do you like the confidence that this new secondary seems to have? Let me know your thoughts down below. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. We have 76 days or 75 days. Hey, Siri, how many days until September 7th, 2023?
It's 76 days until then.
There you go. We have 76 days into the NFL season. And as always, go Lions.